What is shaking? Happy Monday, everybody. Big weekend of preseason football. Wah, wah, wah. Just whatever. Giants suck. Verlander, you know it's bad when they lead off with the Verlander 3,500 strikeouts. Giants lose 8-0. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. It's like I wanted to see if he was better than Randy Johnson. And neither of them were great, but Randy Johnson at least had 8 wins, and his WHIP was 1.33. His ERA is a little higher, 4.88. I think Justin Verlander is a little lower, like in the 4.5, 4.6 range. But Randy Johnson's WHIP was 1.33. But at least they could come here and get milestones, because that's what's important. You know, get Randy Johnson here for his 300th win. Get Justin Verlander here for his 3,500th strikeout. And I'm tired of people saying when Verlander pitches like decent and he pitched well enough to get a win. He pitched well enough to get it. The guy's super unlucky. Pitched well. That may be true. He has a fucking 1.5 WHIP, okay? His ERA is closer to 5 than 4. So I don't want to hear the, it could be a lot. Could have had some, could have had some wins. He doesn't. Whatever. Who cares? Look at the numbers. It is what it is. And there's the big unit right there coming over to San Francisco at the end of his career to get his 300th win, 8-6. If you think I can see that, you're absolutely out of your head. But I looked it up before I came on, so I'm pretty sure 8-6 is correct. I think he had 22 starts. I think the WHIP was 1.33. And the ERA was 4.88 is what it was. So again, you don't expect that much from him, but you know what? Let's be honest. The best part about Randy Johnson's career as a Giant is when he was a Giant for 7 seconds and he put on the hat during the Arizona fight. That was the best part of his career with the Giants. Where he put on the Giant hat and I was like, that's just weird. Ooh, my bad. Wonder if anybody saw that. Nah, just everybody. Just everybody in the entire baseball watching world saw it. So it is what it is, right? I mean, whatever. Giants got much bigger problems with that. I mean, I think they're only 4 games out of the wild. It feels like 14. I mean, this team's, what is it? 1-11? 2 for the last 11? Yeah, 2-11. 2 wins in the last 13 games at home. Pirates, I think Ogden said between the Pirates, Nationals, and Fish, they're 1-8 at home against those 3 teams. It's not a playoff team. That just doesn't have the feel of a playoff team at all. There you go, right there. I'm going to do myself a favor, and I'm going to make this screen bigger. Oh, yeah, that works so much better. 4 games out, but you got to jump the Cardinals, you got to jump the Reds, and then they're the Mets. I mean, look, what they really need to do is sweep the Padres this week. Yeah, you sweep the Padres, and you get to 62 and 59. And put you close, like you're 62, 59, you put them 55, 66, about 4 games out of them. Look, it just, does anybody have the feeling like this team is like gonna make a move and anybody, like, not make a move, but like make a move upward in the standings? I don't. I just had no positive vibes with this team at all. Like they're gonna do anything. You take 2 or 3 from the Pirates, but you lose all 3 to the Pirates at home. I mean, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing to lose all 3 to the Pirates. It's not a team even trying to win. I shouldn't say that. That's hyperbole. That's what everybody says. Oh, they're not even trying to win. Maybe the organization isn't, but guys on the field are. They're trying to win. But you get my drift. They're not fighting for anything other than that day. And sometimes that's good enough. And apparently it was good enough 3 straight times at home. But then you go to New York, take 2 out of 3. Go to Pittsburgh, take 2 out of 3. You're thinking, okay, we got the Nationals at home. We get 2 out of 3 there. We've won 3 straight series. We're heading into the Padre, and clank. You give up 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. Another team that, the guys in the field are trying to win, but organization, it's like, nah, whatever. Just as long as Abrams gets better, Wood gets better, and we got some young guys, and the development's more important than winning right now. But it's just not. And really, when I look at this season, I look at that. It's just all at home too. L. It starts with New York. L. And New York wasn't. What's New York now? One for their last 11. Like, is that the last series the Mets have won? I mean, the Mets have been in a tailspin. Remember, the Dodgers weren't playing well either, and then they came into the Bay and took 2 out of 3. And then I think they left and immediately got swept by the Brewers, if I'm not mistaken. It's not like teams are playing well. The old baseball adage. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. Well, apparently it doesn't matter, because these teams aren't even playing well before or after they play the Giants, and then they play well against the Giants. Well, where were the Nationals before taking 2 out of 3? Where were they? Let's take a look at the old Nationals. See if the Nationals were on fire before they played the. Let's see if you can get the schedule up there. Where the keep going. We got to find the. They're the Giants right there. Now go to the very top. Okay, that's good enough. We'll scroll down to the Giants. Okay, 2 out of 3. A's, they lost 2 out of 3. Got swept by the Brewers. 2 out of 3 to Houston. Keep going. See. Okay, they took 2 out of 3 from Minnesota. And that was the 25th, 26th, 27th of July. So, yeah. What were they? Since then, they won. Nice. Had a 3-game winning streak. Then dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 9. Dropped 8 out of 9 coming in here. Bang. Let's go get 2 or 3. I mean, these teams are shite coming in here, and they win. Where were the Pirates before they came in here and swept the fucking Giants? That was embarrassing. I find it hard to believe. I don't know this. Like, I'm just guessing. I'm guessing that the Pirates were probably getting their doors blown off, and then came in here and swept the Giants. It could be wrong, but the Nationals, again, the Nationals lost 8 out of 9 and then came in here. Okay, let's go Pirates schedule. Let's see. At San Francisco, win. Okay, 2 out of 3 they took against Arizona. Okay. They were playing good. They were actually playing good. Now, getting swept by the White Sox is not something to put in your resume, but sweeping the Tigers, I mean, that's impressive. Then 2 out of 3 Arizona, so give them their due. So they were playing well. I mean, you still can't lose. You still can't get swept by the Pirates at home, but they tell that to the Tigers. Tigers got swept by the Pirates at home, so it can't happen. But it's happening far too frequently now. And for me to believe this team is going to surge, this team is going to get back in it. Like, I look at the Padres roster and their roster, the bats and the back end of the bullpen and the starter. I just, what really has hurt them this year is the young pitchers. Roop's been good. He's been hurt. Birdsong has not been great. Birdsong, I don't know what he's doing down in the minors. If I remember correctly, I want to say it was 17 walks in his last 14 innings pitched. So he was a mess. He was an absolute mess. So what's hopefully going to be a strength isn't. Verlander he's just old. I mean, he's not who he is. I mean, guys, got to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the best to ever do it. Sorry, when you're over 40, it happens. Well, unless you're LeBron, apparently, or Tom Brady. But he just, whatever. So you have kind of a whatever. Roop's been solid. Birdsong, very underwhelming. And then Webb and Ray. Fine. That's great. And even though the bullpen has the numbers, like I always threw those numbers out, like, oh, the best bullpen here, really the best. There was still something about that bullpen that didn't. It was like, eh. Rogers is fantastic. He's gone. Camilo Duvall, I think that's. I won't go as far to say addition by subtraction, but we'll see what the Yankee fans feel in about a year. Ask the Yankee fans how they're feeling in about a year with the acquisition of Camilo Duvall. Like, it's a bullpen. It's hard. Giant fans, you should be lucky. You should be thankful every day you had the core four for 3 championships. And it was really kind of 3, and then Wilson was there, and then Casilla was there, and then Romo was a club. But, I mean, you had like 3 or 4 guys that were there the whole time. That didn't happen. You don't get that. You don't get stability in a bullpen like the Giants had. So, like, this is I said it, it's a long-term play. Adames is here for a while. Devers is here for a while. Chapman is here for a while. Ramos is presumably here for a while. Lee is here for a while. So they're going to have the same characters here, whether that's good or bad. Lee obviously Lee has to be the leadoff hitter. He just does. He's got to steal more. He's got to get on base more. And he's got to be that guy they were hoping to get. And I mean, he's still got 4 more years left. So hopefully he can end up being that guy. But this year, like, I won't say it's over, because I never say it's over until you're mathematically eliminated. But boy, the curtain's close. Like, about that, there's a sliver of light coming through about like that for the Giants season. And it could all be shut if the Padres come in here and sweep them. Of course, this will be typical Giants. Lose to all the teams you should beat, and then beat the Padres. Like, sweep the Padres. Although I don't see it. Although I'm guessing they probably got their big boys lined up, don't they? Yeah. They got Webb against Darvish tonight. I'm sure Ray's going tomorrow night. Yeah, Ray versus Cortez. And then who do they got for the third one? Pivetta and Tang. Tang hasn't been too bad. He's been okay. I mean, there'll be dogs in that one for sure. But you get the first 2. That's the thing, though. There's so much pressure on Ray and Webb. It's like, don't feel any pressure. You just have to win every game you pitch. That's it. That's all we're asking from you. Just win, like, every game, and we should be fine. And so, and it's a different day for me here at the Tolbert abode. Reason being is I'm like the only one in the house along with Camila. Everybody else bailed on me. Lori went to Albuquerque to visit some friends, and Weston's working, and Haley's working. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. I'll walk down and get Camila. I go, have her sit on the couch and do her thing while I'm doing the show for a little bit. But it was first day of school. First day of school. It was so cool to go pick her up. She had her backpack, on, and I saw some friends that I saw from preschool. And it was just, it was cool to see her, kind of playing and messing around with her friends, and, just that getting let out, and the school's a madhouse, and it dissipates and you're gone. But I was thinking, man, how much has first day of school changed? Now, I don't know how old you guys are, but first day of school, back when I was growing up, like the lead up to the first day of school, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Now, first day of school for me didn't start until after Labor Day. It was like first week of September, maybe even on into the 8th or 9th of September. We got a full summer back when I was going to school. 3 full months. Right? You got out early June, you went back early September. Then none of this like 6 weeks bull crap, or they would just add in teacher work days and give you a whole week at Thanksgiving, which I do like. I don't need 2 spring breaks. I don't need a spring break and an Easter break. I just, and then you get these days that are just random ass days out of nowhere. Like, who asked for that? Well, I guess you have to have a certain amount of school days each year. It doesn't say when you have to have them, but each district have a certain amount of school days. So They shorten the summer and then just start dotting days. And as a kid, I wanted 3 months. Like that first day of summer was the best. You knew you had 3 months, no school, no nothing, no obligations, especially when you're younger. You don't got a job during the summer. You just go out and play wiffle ball every day. You go out and play hoops at the park every day. You just go do stuff. I wasn't really video games were just starting to come around, so I played a few, some video games, but it was just go out and go do stuff like every single day. Go out and go do stuff, and you didn't get bored. You get bored. You always had something to do. Go to your friend's house. You didn't have phones, cell phones. You had to go into a friend's house, knock on the door. What's up? Want to come out and play? Is Billy there? Can he come out and play? Is Steve there? Can he come out and play? Dumb. That was your day. You go walk around. Maybe mom give you a couple bucks. You go to the AMP and Mini Mart or 7-Eleven, grab a Slurpee or a Slim Jim. But it was. I mean, I loved it. But 3 months, man, and I didn't. It never felt long to me. I never said, "Man, I get back to school." But when it was time to go back to school, you had school shopping. I don't know if your moms used to take you school shopping. For me, it was almost an imperative because I grew so much. Like my school clothes from the year before didn't fit, so we'd go out and go school shopping. I remember when I was really young, we'd go out and get the Granimals, which is great. Match them easy. Just carnivore. You had like a tiger jeans. Just make sure you had a tiger or a lion or a bear top. Don't mix the carnivore and the herbivore. There were no omnivores that I was aware of with the Granimals. So it was easy. Get up in the morning. You know what you know who your carnivores are. You know who's in that phylum, and you also have the herbivores, and you're like, okay, I match them. Good. I get myself dressed. We're all ready to go. We're solid. I got your lunchbox. You got to have the lunchbox. No one has the lunchbox anymore. The metal lunchbox. I had the NFL lunchbox. I had the Kiss lunchbox. The Kiss lunchbox. That thing was outstanding. I love the kid with the Gene Simmons thermos. Thermoses were the best too. You had a little cup on the top. You just pour your drink in there and drink out of the cup. Beautiful. Love those things. To go like that was an event itself. To go shopping for your lunch pail, so to speak. That's basically what it is. Your lunchbox, your metal lunchbox. I don't remember the first couple of years. I don't think I had a thermos, and they came out with a thermos. I think I may have had a Hot Wheels one. Teenage Ninja Turtles, a little after my time, but yeah, you get the drift. Like it was awesome. Like that was your choice for the school year. That was a big choice to make. What lunchbox do I want to go with? I mean, do I want to go NFL? Do I want to go Kiss? Do I want to go? Yes, I had corduroys. Or some of the other ones. Like I'm trying to think of some of the TV. Oh, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Your Scooby-Doo lunchbox. I don't think I ever had like I Dream of Jeannie or Gilligan's Island because those were the shows that I used to watch. Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know if I had a Dukes of Hazzard, but that was probably a little after my lunchbox days. I wasn't rocking the lunchbox in 7th grade. But so you guys know what I'm talking about. The Pac-Man, the whatever. I mean, there was Donkey Kong ones, but it was probably it did set the tone for the whole year. You're right. You're absolutely right. That and your pencils. Now, I always went NFL pencils. You got one for each team, and you brought it to school. And the Batman. Yes, the Batman. I never had a Batman lunchbox, but yes, there was a bunch of them. Spider-Man, a lot of superheroes. But the NFL pencils were the best. The kids. Whoa, really? You got a Get Smart lunchbox? Missed it by that much. I wish I would have had a Don Adams Get Smart lunchbox. That would have been amazing. I loved Get Smart. That was my favorite. The Cone of Silence. Get out of here. So you had the lunchbox and the pencils. To me, set the tone, and then the Peachy. I don't know if you guys had Peachies when you went to school. I had Peachies. Just a stupid little folder. Had some sports figures on the front, like yellowish. And it was like a cheap 99-cent folder. It did no collating going on with this thing. It was just stick papers in both sides and go home and figure it out when you get home. And that was it. So you get some Peachies, get some pencils, and you had to lay out the pencils by what month you wanted to use. Like, okay, I want to start strong. I was a Rams fan growing up, so I'd start with the Rams. Got to start with the Rams. But you wanted to save some good pencils for the end, right? So that could have been who were the Cowboys, Steelers, Dolphins. Trying to think who Vikings were really good back then. But I had NFL pencils longer than I ended up having Barbara Feldman, age 89. I ended up having NFL pencils a lot longer than they had the lunchbox. Because like I said, the lunchbox was like, you get out of 6th grade, you get into middle school, you're not rocking the lunchbox anymore. Like that you just can't do that. You can't pull that off. That's when you go to the corduroy shorts, the OP corduroy shorts, the comb in your back pocket, all that stuff. That set the tone. The lunchbox set the tone when you're like, 6th grade and less, maybe fourth, but maybe 6th. Because 6th grade, you're still in elementary school. But yeah, I love the way you put that. It did set the tone. Set the tone for the whole, like, God damn, I'm coming to school in this. I'm rocking this bad boy. Because to me, the NFL lunchbox was the best. The one that had all the helmets on it. It just had helmets. It's like the sheets and the comforter and the sham. I don't know if I had the sham included, but the pillowcases, love those things. It was just helmets, or it was, just said Dolphins or Bengals, but it was like on the side of the helmet script is what they had. But I loved that. I loved the NFL stuff, but I remember it distinctly. The lunch pail was just helmets. And I love the fact they have all the helmets on the side of the lunchbox. Beautiful. When I saw that thing, I knew immediately, boom, that's it. That's the lunchbox for the year. That's what we're getting. Looked inside, thermos. You know what was on the side of the thermos? The shield. That's right. No helmet, just the shield. NFL. Blue. Screw it. I'm good to go. Get your Tang or your Kool-Aid or your High C. Because back then, kids didn't drink water back then. Like, you were just a straight fucking narc if you brought water. If you brought water to school, I mean, you're getting made fun of for bringing water to school. Like, what's wrong with you? Bringing water to school? And why don't you get some jeans without holes in them? Before, holes in jeans were pretty cool. Because you were like the poor kid. You couldn't afford any juice, right? You had to get water. Now everybody drinks water. Why? Because it's good for you. Back then, you didn't know it was good for you. You just couldn't afford anything else. I'm going to go with water. Of course, you couldn't buy bottled water back then either. It was tap water. Of course, tap water back then wasn't that bad. So what are you going to do? So yeah, it was High C, Hawaiian Punch, Tang. We had this stuff. We had a grocery store called Alpha Beta. And back in Southern, it was in Southern California. And I don't even think they're around anymore. They had this stuff called Space Punch. It was fucking lime green. It looked like one of those dildos that they're throwing on the WNBA courts. That's like what color it was, like an Oregon uniform. And it was the filthiest punch it ever had. I'm like, Mom, like, I'm a kid and everything. I like sugar, but this is too much. This is like too much. Like, 99 cents for a gallon of this stuff. Just trying to get rid of it. It looked like something you put in your car, like windshield wiper fluid or something you put in your carburetor. It was bad. That was bad. And then you used to pack your own lunch all the time, peanut butter and jelly. Boom, good to go. Every once in a while, Mom would throw a lunch meat in there, just not bologna. Fucking not bologna. I'm not a bologna. I wasn't a bologna guy then, not a bologna guy now. I don't care if it's Oscar Mayer or not. No bologna. No bologna and cheese. Okay. Maybe go with some chicken, but lunch meats, you didn't have the options you have now. You can't go down and get like boar's head, get some London broil, or get some peppercorn turkey, or get some chicken, or get some maple ham. I mean, they have like 3 different kinds of turkey you can get if you go to the store. They didn't have that then. It was like, why don't you get peanut butter and jelly, or you get like a Swanson's TV dinner just thrown in there, and you can have it cold. But I didn't really care. It didn't matter to me what I got, just as long as I got a crumb cake. Those crumb cakes from Hostess, oh, those things were the best, absolute best. And then if you guys did what I did, you would barter too. If somebody had something at lunch that you didn't like, or you didn't like something and they had something you liked, and then you're like, oh, hey, what do you got? You want to trade? Like every once in a while, my mom would sneak a snowball in there. No. Those things are awful. Those pink, coconutty. As soon as I saw Snowball, I'm like, Mom, please don't buy these. Don't put them in here again. I'm going to give them away. I'm trading. So I was always looking for a crumb cake, a ding dong, a chocodile, maybe a Twinkie. Not a huge Twinkie guy. Crumb cake was the first round draft pick. If somebody had a crumb cake and didn't like it, I'm like, what do you want? I'd open up my trench coat and I'd had to have stuff for you. Like whatever you need. I don't know, Skippy or Jeff, it didn't really make a difference. Laura Scutters, we used to have Laura Scutters. We'd go to Costco way back in the day. This is probably back in the, I don't know if it was late 70s when Costco started opening, but Laura Scutters was fine too. I didn't really care for chunky though. I wanted it smooth. Wanted the smooth peanut butter. But I didn't really have a brand. Like I couldn't taste the difference between Skippy and Jif, or Laura Scutters for that matter. But yeah, because it was right. You get the sandwich, and your mom would throw a piece of fruit in there that generally got thrown in the garbage. I mean, I hate to say that, but it just banana maybe okay, apple, chuck it. Every once in a while, I'd like have a little bit of the apple, chuck it, or they'd give you the peaches in syrup. I'll do it with cottage cheese because that's what my grandma used to do, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, but not by itself. So the fruit usually got forgotten. So you had the main course, the sandwich, the dessert, and then kind of your fruit. That was it. We didn't have healthy choices back then. There wasn't granola. There wasn't this. It wasn't that. It's like, I can beat it. Put this in your NFL lunch pail with some high C, peanut butter jelly, high C, crumb cake, banana. Now, tell me nutrition is more important than genetics. How the fuck did I get to be 6'8"? Okay. I ate Captain Crunch berries. I ate Quisp. I still love Quisp. You can't find it, but I didn't eat very good. Genetics, man. That's what it is. But yeah, the Hostess, the pies. Oh, the apple pies, the lemon pie. I love the lemon pie. Remember those little Hostess pies that had like cherry and apple and lemon? Chocolate one I didn't like. Chocolate. It's funny because I'm not a huge chocolate guy, but I did like ding dongs. And chocodiles were okay. The ones that were kind of like rolled up, looked like turds, like a spin wheel, like a turd with a spin wheel in the middle. Woo! But ding dongs were okay. But like I said, crumb cakes were the best. We didn't have as many options back then. We were limited, limited as far as options are concerned. But yeah, I mean, that was like it kind of took me back today picking up Camila because like first day of school is such a big deal. Such a big deal. And then it's much like Yeah, the baseball season. It's like, oh, this is the best. Then the second day starts, you're like, oh, is it over? Are we done? It's like baseball opening day. Everybody's like pumped. Second day is like, oh shit, we got a long way to go, don't we? That's what it felt like school too. It's just okay. Get me to Thanksgiving. Let's grind. Get me to give me to Thanksgiving. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love the minivan. That's sweet. Not that I have a minivan. Oh, in fact, I told you guys I got the new car. I got the MDX. But here's the thing: go to a parking lot and see if you can park in a parking lot without a black SUV in the parking lot. I dare you. If there's 20 cars in the parking lot, there's almost assuredly a black SUV. There will be an SUV. That's a given. And if I had my choice, I probably would have got something blue, red, something like that. But I didn't have that choice. I didn't want white. I didn't want silver again. And they had black. And I like that. I mean, it looks nice, really sharp. Problem is, there's so many of them. And I've already done this twice where you walk up to somebody else's car and you go to get in and you realize at the last second it's not your car. And you stop yourself. You're like, oh, man. Now, I two times I actually opened the door. Well, I'll tell you the story. So I was over getting dry cleaning, and another black SUV pulled up next to mine after I'd already went in. So I came back out, and I just wasn't paying attention, didn't look, and they left their door open. So this is on them. So fuck you. You lock your doors, would you? So I had all my clothes, and I opened the back door. I hang the clothes on the little the hand. I don't even know what you call that. You know what I'm talking about, though. Just hang my clothes inside. So hang the clothes inside. Open the front door. Go to get in. I was just about to sit down, and I realized, fuck, this isn't my car. I mean, because everything, the configurations were different, the seats were a little bit different, and I had my clothes in the back. I had my clothes. They hung up. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. We're good. And so I was like, oh God. Got out of the car, got my clothes, shut the door, and left. And they didn't see me coming. Uh, the other time was same thing. Black SUV pulled up, got out, went and did something, came back, opened the front door. There was a girl sitting inside there. She was actually sitting there looking up at me. Now that was freaky. And she startled me and I startled her. And I was like, oh, I'm truly sorry. I'm really sorry. I opened your door. I'm not, I'm not, I mean you no harm. I don't. I just bye. Yeah, bye. See, I gotta go. But yeah, just opened the door on her, and she wasn't paying attention. She just looked up. Yeah, that's what you want to see is me opening the door. What if I went? It scared the hell out of her. I think I did scare the hell out of her, but I just tried to put her at ease as quickly as possible. I mean you no harm. I mean you no harm. Let back away. But it'll probably end up happening again because black SUV. You get the black SUV, and there's just, I mean, a dozen black SUVs in literally every single parking lot that you go into. And so there you go. But I did enjoy the shot of me taking whoever's kids those were. I have no idea who that was. Probably just a picture of somebody, some hobos. Maybe they're, you know what? They're like hitching a ride to school. I just picked them up. It looked like second graders out there with the thumb up. You going my way? You going school? Gotcha. I gotcha. I got you. Get on in. All right. I guess I should talk a little, and by little I mean a little Niners, because again, you guys know how I feel about preseason football. I just do not. Excuse you. Seriously? I just don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Now, I will say this. Hopefully the Niners can stay relatively healthy this year based on the looks of their backups. Because the backups don't, well, I mean, look, again, here's why I don't get into it. Because I don't know what the backups are. And then a lot of these guys are young, right? Martin apparently didn't have a good game, overran some stuff. West didn't have a great game. Collins didn't have a great game. It's like their first pro game, like ever. So it just pump the brakes. If you start getting like, oh my gosh, this is take it from me. I've been around sports a long time. Preseason games, spring training games, exhibition games mean very, very, very little. Practices mean way more than the games. And we don't get to see the practices. Practice is when you show your coach, hey, you can trust me in this situation. This is what I can do. This is what he's capable of. Sure, they want to see it transfer into the game eventually, but they don't have to see it transfer during the preseason. So whatever happened in that game, it's a massive whatever. Like everybody that played, whether they played well, they didn't play well, Shedeur Sanders, whatever. Jackson Dart, whatever. Whoever, whatever. It just doesn't matter. Now, I do believe that you need to play in some of these games to get yourself ready for the regular season. You don't want to just come in cold and get yourself behind the 8 ball in September, but you don't want to overdo it. What's that line? Who knows? I don't think anybody knows. I mean, football is a freaky game. You got guys get hurt all the time. Rashawn Slater, starting left tackle for the Chargers, is out. Now he's not the starting left tackle for the Chargers. Joe Alt is. But that was just during practice. I mean, you just can't avoid it all the time. It's football. It's the nature of the beast. Guys are going to get hurt. The nature of the beast. So when it comes to preseason, I don't care. I don't. I mean, I think this team's going to have a good chance. It'll be interesting to see when Ayuk gets back. Looking for a good year from Ricky Pearsall. Juwan Jennings, whenever he signs, who knows when that's gonna happen. I'm not sure when Mustafa is gonna get back for that back end. Pinnick's gonna be there and Brown will be there, but I don't. I think if Green and Lenore healthy, they're fine there, and everybody seems to love Stout, and that's not the game because they didn't even play. Everybody loves him at practice, so. Tim Ryan even said during the telecast he thinks he'll be the starter at nickel. So if that's the case, the back end should be pretty good. But let's just wait till we start getting closer to the regular season. I did see something that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and why do I look at this? Like I'm just stupid for looking at this. I don't know what site had this. The Warriors were considering a Giddy for Kuminga trade. Like, why? Does anybody out there want Giddy? Like, he's okay. Like, I kind of like him. He does a little of this, a little of that. I just, like, I think people think you got to get this thing done now. It's like you can let it ride. You can let it go to the trade deadline. You can let it go even till next. I mean, if you lose him, you lose him. You don't want to. You don't want to lose an asset. You don't want to lose a salary spot either. And so we'll end up seeing. What do you want? Come on. And now everybody's coming up. Everybody, hey, come on. Come on. What are you getting into out there? You see what I got to put up with? Like, of course, most people that do a show, a podcast, I guess, probably shut the door. Probably a little more professional that way. Shut the door to your show and be done with it instead of just having distractions. But that's kind of part of, Camila's out there by herself, so I didn't want to shut the door on her. So I just want to leave the door open. So, Kit rolls in and out. You don't get a chance to see Kit. By the way, you should consider yourselves very lucky today. That was a very rare sighting of Kit. Now, Pip, on the other hand, is in here all the time. But Kit, that was a Sasquatch sighting you got to see. Like Zapruder right in front of the camera. You got to see her. It didn't happen. Can Steph help JK get better? Or is it even Steph's responsibility? That's not Steph's responsibility. Steph's responsibility is trying to get as many wins for that team and put him in position to win a championship, however likely you think that may be. I think ultimately what is the responsibility of Kuminga and the Warriors a little bit, because people say the Warriors, kill young players. Look, they're trying to win championships. If you can play, you'll play. Last I checked, Podziemski's a young player. He's played a lot the last couple years. He's been able to play. Look, he plays the way Steve wants to play, period. That's like winning basketball, right? It's making decisions quick, being able to hit an open shot, although Podziemski struggled with that this year, but just being able to make the right plays offensively and defensively. And Kuminga hasn't been able to do that consistently enough. And he doesn't shoot the ball well enough. They need him to shoot the ball better, and he just hasn't been able to shoot the ball a little bit better. And again, I feel like I've gotten into this over and over and over and over and over again. But to answer your question, no, that's not Steph's responsibility. It's just not. Steph's responsibility is to the organization and his team to try to put them in the best position possible to win a championship. So he can't worry about each individual player on the team. How can I move them along? How can I further their career? How can I know you might be thinking, well, if it's better for them, it's better for the team. Well, you know what? They're grown men. As we used to say, grown ass men. Do you do it? Get yourself out there. Work on what you need to work on. The thing is, what Kuminga needs to work on isn't what he's going to work on in the gym. It's not skill moves. It's not post-ups. It's not shooting. It's not pull-ups. It's just the feel for the game. And that you only get by playing, and sometimes you may not get it at all. That's right, baby. The Durham Bulls. I got a bunch of these minor league T-shirts when I was, where was I? It's about 3 or 4 years ago. There you go, Giddy. You could be giddy to have Giddy. Like I said, Giddy's okay. Giddy's fine. I think you might be able to do better than Giddy, but I don't think you have to make that trade right now just to get something, unless you feel like he's a guy you want to keep for a while, and he's a guy you want to extend for a while. Now, remember, OKC got rid of Giddy. They traded him for Caruso, and the reason they got rid of him because he's not a great shooter, and he's got to have the ball in his hands. Remember, Steve likes ball movement, and Steph's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. So I'm not sure, but he's okay. I mean, you see Max or Ogden, one or the other, highlighting his numbers. He had a pretty good year last year. He had a pretty good year last year. What was the Bulls' record last year? And you always got to be careful at looking at someone's. What was the record? They're under 500. I know that, but I don't know what they were. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Yeah, 39-43. So, whatever. Again, it's like whatever. I'm not all that. It's not one of those hell no. Like when I said DeAndre Ayton, hell no. It's not a hell no, but it's certainly in a hell yeah. It's just kind of when someone asks you what you want for dinner, you want this? Don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. Although I do like the Australian accent. So from doing interviews at the end of the game, that could certainly be a bonus. All right, we're going to get on out here today. We're going to cut it short. And we'll probably do 45, 50 minutes this week. Just because, again, I'm going to be taking care of schools out. No, schools in. And then Friday, I'm heading to Germany. So I'm going to try to do some stuff from Germany, just little short clips so you have to follow along for. I'm going to give you some a flavor of Germany. I want to take you on a little trip through the country. A little here, a little there, a little Berlin, a little Frankfurt, a little Prague, maybe shoot over to Luxembourg. Why? I don't know. Why not? I'm there. No, that's not going to be me. Yeah, we're going to be cruising Germany in that thing. That'll be sweet. That is me for the next 2 days, though. Although I'm not driving, and I would never wear that color of T-shirt. Would never do that. And I walk to go pick her up. I don't drive. All right, we're gonna get on out of here. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Sorry, it was kind of a short one today, but it will be for the next couple days. And then once football ramps up, you know what we got going. We got my buddy guy. My buddy Craig Bergman will be over on Sundays doing football shows. I think Brent Jones is going to join me on Mondays doing football shows. I think we're going to have Dennis Ranahan and Dr. Bob on Fridays breaking down football from a betting perspective. And so we'll get it going once. We'll be full bore, ready to go. I'm not your buddy guy. I guess he is my buddy guy. My buddy guy. He's my buddy guy. My buddy guy. So everybody have a great day, and we'll be back. We're going to try to do 1 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And not sure exactly the days. It could be tomorrow and Wednesday. It could be Wednesday and Friday. It could be tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. But we'll let you know well in advance of when we're going to do the shows. All right, everybody, have a great day. See ya.